You know what, I've been yearning for a Grand Theft Auto style game that is set in various parts of England. Now if you look at most open world games, they're set in real life like United States, Japan and Hong Kong. But rarely do we get anything that's based around the UK. I mean, the only thing I can think of like on the top of my head is the GTA London series for the PlayStation, but that was a long time ago and let's be honest now, these top down open world can't show or grasp the amount of detail that's shown in a 3D to get you immersed in a fictional world that is set in a fictional country, let alone England, at least for me anyways. But enough of that chit chat, let's focus on the game. The Getaway is an action-adventure open-world game based off London, developed by SCE London Studios and Team Soho. London Studio, who are now known for developing such games as SingStar and PlayStation VR titles like PlayStation VR World and recent Blood and Truth. However, further down the line, Team Soho would later merge with SCE London Studios, creating just SCE London Studio. I guess, no point changing the name now. The game was then published by Sony Computer Entertainment for Europe and North America and Capcom for Japan. The game was supposed to be released along with PlayStation 2 but was delayed for 2 years, precisely 27 months due to difficulty of trying to create large areas of London in high resolution. Now while I was doing a bit of research, I found out that this game was inspired by British gang films like Get Carter and my favourite Snatch. I mean it shows, the box art is all noir and grimy as you see different people with different factions. I like it that how I got parental advisory explicit content sticker on my game, but that's enough history lesson and let's talk about the gameplay / graphics, in which we all know graphics are better than gameplay. Now onto the gameplay, of which the Getaway is split into 2 mission objectives which have action, like your character can walk, run, shoot, obviously, barrel roll and take in cover, and another is time based mission which revolves around getting one place to another in a short amount of time, and if you fail then you get game over. Now when I was a kid, the game over screen used to scare the crap out of me. Like the music that plays is just point is very loud, and when you have a lot of game over screen it just got into my head and terrified me. So let's talk about the screen. Yeah, the screen which get to control your character. You start to notice that there's no health bar, map or HUD, where apparently this was done so that the game will be all movie like and get you immersed in the game. But it did work, except for driving, because there's no map. You can't see where you're going, unlike GTA 3, where yes, there were no map at the pause menu, but it would display as a HUD. But in this game, the only way to know where to go is to rely on the indicator of your car, which then has its own problem, as for some time it isn't very clear on where to go, so wait when the indicator blinks rapidly and find a street to turn. Now having no health bar was an issue, being it was conveyed through the character. By taking too much damage, it would limp and move slowly. The only way to rectify this was by leaning on the wall and wait until he recovered. Use it when the mission gets tough. The mission objective wasn't all that bad, but can be unspecific. It's the time-based mission that I don't like at all, like trying to rely on the indicator of your car whilst also driving all civilized. There's police in this game, and in order to avoid them is to not crash, even though it's tempting. I don't drive on the wrong lane, even if your country drives on the other side. Why I say this? Because the police are tough in this game. When a gang is chasing you, if they shoot, the police will come after you instead of them. If they kill a civilian, the police come after you. Where is the logic here? The police are too aggressive, and this only happens when you play as Mark Hammond. Since this is London, the roads are narrow and one way, so you might get confused or frustrated as you probably crash on oncoming vehicles a lot. Again, in GTA you have vast variety in weapons at your disposal, right? But in this game all you have is some melee weapons, pistol, shotgun, AK and SMGs. But don't rely on the free aim, Jesus is god awful. There's no reticle, so you can't see where your bullet hit, and when you think it's gonna hit, it doesn't. The car in this game are licensed, like you have your Lexus, Fiat and Range Rover to name a few. They also have luxury cars as well, but they are very hard to find. Unlike others where they just copy or mash 2 cars together like GTA, here you get the full experience. However, the car handling is awful, especially fast cars, as when you turn or use handbrake, you sometimes do donuts, and the car collision is another awful thing, as when you crash or trying to ram someone over, the car gets sensitive and stop on the spot or go up in smoke. And don't bother running the pedestrian over as well, because then you lose the speed. The graphics for this game isn't all that. Sometimes the texture fails to load up during cutscenes and some texture looks awful. The character model looks alright though, at least they can move their fingers. The checkpoints are super good sometimes, as the game took super long to load and had to reset it. But unfortunately you can't skip the cutscenes, so you have to watch the entirety of it again. Now the voice acting in this game is just super, as you get the full proper English experience, but it's a shame that I can't say it's the same for others. Like, don't get me wrong, the main characters are perfect, but the pedestrian and the fodder triad are just awful. I don't know, it's just too stereotypical for me to get engaged by. And there's no radio station for you to listen to when you're driving, which can get boring if you're doing a free roam. Well, I guess I pretty much talked about the gameplay, but let me tell you a story. The story follows two of our main protagonists. The first half you'll be controlling Mark Hammond, who is an ex-member of a faction based in Soho called Colin Crew. He previously served his time in prison for armed robbery, and the second half is Frank Carter, a police officer who gets suspended for things I'll talk about later on when it becomes relevant. There are 24 missions in total, as some will intertwine. The game starts with Bethnal Green mob trying to kidnap Alex and Sue's Hammond kid and wife. We hear the commotion as his wife gets shot in the stomach and they run away with the boy. You find your wife lying on the pavement as she says with a dying breath, "Get our boy back," and sadly passes away. Furious, we pick up the gun that was used to kill her, so now the police and everyone thinks that Hammond killed his wife. We chase him to the warehouse, kill the mob with pistols, AK and shotgun, but it isn't enough as we're basically one-man army, but we get ambushed by the main member of the gang. Now here we get introduced to the main boss of Bethnal Green mob, Charlie Jolson. Now, in my opinion, this is the most bone-chilling threat I ever heard in a video game ever, which entails...
This is the game we're gonna play. It's a bit like Simon Says, only you do what I say. I ring you, you do the job. You don't do what I tell you, the kid dies. You don't do it where I tell you, the kid dies. You don't do it when I tell you, the kid dies. You getting my drift? If you want to see your kid alive, you do exactly what I say. You talk to anyone, you're late, or you let me down. Your kid dies. Do I make myself clear? Crystal.
I'm getting shivers already. We get our first mission as we have to kill our friends in Soho. So we invade the club, kill everyone and torch the place. When that is done, we get another call as this time we have to go to an art museum around Hyde Park and kill the triad called the 14K as they're smuggling drugs. But we got to steal an ornament, the terracotta, from the basement. We ring our friend Liam as we explain the situation as to why we did what we did and ask him to find Alex for us. We get the little thing and outspeed the triads and the police and meet Charlie at the bar and plead to release the boy, but it doesn't go our way. We call Liam to see if we made any progress but still haven't found the kid. But he did say Chinatown are in a frenzy. We team up with Eyebrow and go to a courthouse and avoid the police till destination as we wait for a convoy to get attacked by a squad and ram the truck. As we release Jake, he takes forever getting in the car as he's shooting this particular police and Eyebrow trying to replace Jake with a dead body. Guess I don't have profile pics. And also more headache from the police. Great. Luckily I can't have some sort of invincibility and I'm not gonna question it as Jake is now reunited with his old pals. They head upstairs as Sparky is torturing some poor old Chinese lad. Now controversy happened when the game came out, as Australia had banned it because they didn't know that it depicted a torture scene, but unfortunately the developers just censored it and released it again with MA 15+ rating, which was the same rating as before, but they didn't know about the torture scene. We sneak around the warehouse and go to Charlie's office to see if there's any clues. We ring Liam and give the detail we found on the map as he scopes them out. We get caught, but we don't get punished. Instead we gotta drop the poor Chinese dead corpse to Chinatown. But we have one small tiny problem, as the body is in the passenger seat, it's in plain sight. I guess the boot will take extra long trying to get him out. But luckily the police never caught me. As I drop his dead body off, the triad chased me as now I got to go over to the Yardies turf and set up a mini war. We realized that this was a trap, so now everybody's gotta die. You did. What? Oh no, you did too. Everybody did up in here now. We get a call from Harry for another mission as he promises we get a boy back if we do this. So what is the mission? Easy. Go inside the police station and kill McCormack and Yasmin in fear that she might tell on them. But we drive to this BT van and get changed. When we're done, we kill the other BT engineers so that they don't blow our cover. Another controversy happened in the UK as well, as BT was a telecom service at that time, which is now an internet service, but anyways, BT feared that this will cause the service engineers to get attacked as depicted in the game, so the team just removed it from further production. I guess I got the early version of the game because the details not removed in this one. We go outside Snow Hill police station and go to the first floor to find evidence room and pick up a weapon. Now that we got a weapon, we kill McCormack. This took a couple of tries, as in one instance I got busted by a copper I didn't see or had time to react to. Anyways, we don't kill Yasmin but make a deal, as if she helps us with the boy, we get her out. We escape the station through the front because freedom is garbage, as I couldn't shoot the bugs to stop the gate from closing. We get a call from Charlie to find a dancing slut called Layla. Okay, calm down. It's their words, not mine. I mean, the sticker's there for a reason, you know. We arrive at the Touch of Glass club, but unfortunately, Layla gets caught in the crossfire. But Yasmin takes her clothes as a disguise and go to Charlie's house to find Alex, as we got to go to the Yardies crack house and steal the money, in which, by the way, took 12 minutes to get there, as the police and gang members were all over me. We finally cleared the crack house and steal the money for our escape with Alex eventually. We stash the money inside the boot of a Nissan GTR and tell Liam to retrieve it, and after that we meet up with Jake, Sparky and Eyebrow to exchange the money for the kid, but of course it doesn't go the way that we want.
What the fuck? What the fuck? He's inside.
What? What did the cat ever do to you? My god, that was brutal. Now I'm pissed. I'm just gonna kill every single one of you. We killed the torture guy Sparky and... Well, we got caught again, and so did Yasmin. Guess she failed her mission then. Charlie sets up a plan in where he calls every gang we cross to get my head at the ship, but Frank set us free as we escape from the warehouse basement and head for Charlie's house, and oh god, is this house riddled with lasers. You can get past them by hugging a wall or moving forward, or do a roll, but if you set the laser off, get out there quick as the gas is super effective and can kill you instantly. But as we go up to the house, the boy gets taken away by Harry and onto the ship called Solvita, so now we got to go there. I honestly don't know why I used to struggle with this section as a kid. I always used to get lost or I was just too slow, but now I've played it and it's just too easy. Guess I was just that terrible back then. We arrive at the ship and all hell is breaking loose as the Triad, Yardies and Soho gang members are killing each other with you in the middle. Again? Oh my god. We kill Harry as his forklift blocks my way to get to him and save the kid, but the bomb is in the middle as every gang member is in the room. We tell our story to Nick, who is the Soho gang leader and our former boss, as he listens and persuades Mr. Lee, the Triad boss, and Jamal, the Yardie boss, to let us go. We get to keep the money as well. We leave the ship as it suddenly explodes, wondering what happened inside. And that's the end of Mark Hammond's story. Now you get the option to play as Frank Carter, so off to his story then. We see Eyebrows go inside the building and find Jake. Well, we call for backup and quickly head inside there.
Come on, baby. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, we're in a brothel. Cool. But this place is falling apart. We find our partner who is badly wounded and backup has finally arrived as we arrest Jake. When that is over, we quickly rush to the hospital so that our partner Joe can get some medical assistance. We learn that McCormack is under Charlie's control as he takes the case away from us and interrogates Jake about the Yardies. So we drive to the Riverside depot and be careful of the crane as he can run you over. Our backup arrives as we massacre this place and arrest a couple of Yardies, as now they suspect that the Triad had set them up. We pick up a distress call as a nightclub is on fire that Hammond did, but we killed the Soho gang outside the street, and we get another call that Chinatown is in a full-out war with the Yardies. We head there and stop the situation, but things get much worse as they continue to the parking lot as car on fire and a shit ton of bodies to kill. Well, we know that McCormack has set up Jake so he can be free. We escort the van and chase the Range Rover that rammed the police car. Make sure to do it quick as time is short and he will get away from you. I barely got lucky. We get suspended by McCormack for failing the escort, as now we're trying to save rookies from Yardies that he sent there. We clear the building that is full of drugs and escape this place that Hammond set up the Triad and Yardies for the mini war. We head back to Snow Hill police station as we tail McCormack's car and sneak across the warehouse as we try to confront him about his decisions, but we find out that he's playing the middleman and sends a hit squad on Joe at the hospital. We need to hurry as he's on the second floor of the hospital. When he arrives, Carter finds out that McCormack is dead and now has to look for a file that has Charlie action so we can arrest him for unpaid taxes. The hitman arrives as we have to save Joe and secure the hospital. Jesus, how many bullets can he take, fat man? When that is over, we get a random partner and head to the lockup. No, my partner has died. Oh look, a Pizza Hut. Don't worry.
I'm gonna get that bastard.
We arrive at the lockup. As before, the enemies didn't spawn, weirdly enough, but we cleared the lockup and finally that took forever found Charlie's file and his plan as we tried to bust into the warehouse. Alright. Well, this is a stealth section if you haven't noticed. We sneak our way through the warehouse and into the cellar and rescue Hammond from his cell and escape the warehouse, following Jake to the depot where he's loading guns to the van and bringing the detonator to Charlie. He leaves as we soon follow to the ship Solvita, and this is before things get chaotic. We kill Jake somehow. He just vanished, or that was Jake, I can't tell from afar. Anyways, we are at the end where Hammond leaves with Yasmin and the kid, as Charlie gives a, well, technically is a racist rant as he wishes things were back to the good old days. He presses a button and sings Land of Hope and Glory, so now we gotta get the hell out of there as the bomb is ticking and everyone is panicking, killing each other. In this section you need to be quick, so don't focus too much on healing. We escape by jumping over the ship and story's over. Well, that's my review of the Getaway. This game has an extra feature in which you can free roam, but once you get inside there's nothing to do and it gets boring really quick. And if you're sensitive to this type of stuff, don't bother watching or playing the game, cause pretty much it makes fun out of everyone. And I would honestly love to see this game get made into a movie, like Snatch and Lock, Stock, 2 Smoking Barrels. And it's a shame that we're not getting Getaway 3 anymore, as before it was just put to the side but now it just got cancelled. It's a shame that we're not going to get anything that's based in London again, but by this time of this recording Watch Dogs 3 doesn't count. But we got the next best thing, which is a sequel. And with that said, I've been AnimersiveXP and I'm pretty much done talking about whatever I want to talk about. Remember to like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.